Thanksgiving or winter holiday music that you would like to have on the list. Send me a Google Chat message. Have a good break.
Thank you so much. Well, I hope you guys had a good weekend. Maybe stay inside because it's a cold one. All this cold weather is making me feel like it's already the holiday season. I know it's not even Thanksgiving yet, but gonna pull out the holiday music soon. But I think we don't have that many announcements. Kevin, do you want to just start?
Yeah, we don't have any signups for announcements. I just have one thing. It's just about the food drive. So throughout this week and next week, we're gonna have bins set up. For cohorts, we're most likely gonna be putting them in the breezeway. So if you're walking back, you can drop stuff off. I don't know about beforehand because you're either gonna be in your car all together separated, but I believe after practice or after your cohort, you can drop it off. And during photos, if you're coming to get your photo taken on Wednesday, it's going to be in line where you can just step out of line, drop it in, go back in line, easy like that. More information on that coming out soon, but as of now, that's what it's going to be. That's the only announcement from me. Doesn't look like anybody else signed up. Anybody have an announcement they forgot to sign up for or just want to say?
Yeah, can I jump in, Kevin?
Yeah, please.
Good morning, everyone. I do have an exciting announcement and also a sad announcement a little bit. It's a little bit of both. Mr. Mendenhall, our jazz teacher for the last 2 years, needed to move to Japan. And as much as we wanted to navigate remote learning from Japan and continue with Mr. Mendenhall, it just wasn't necessarily the best idea. But we wanted to say thank you, like formally, to Mr. Mendenhall for all of his amazing work. So yes, a good round of applause. I think there's an issue with the 100-person, but I'll let Mr. Burkhauser navigate that. So Mr. Mendenhall is there, his family is there, and so it was a great option for him. But so yes, we've lost one of our great teachers here at York, but the exciting part is that amazing, which has never happened in my career. We've been able to, in literally like 2 weeks, find an amazing replacement, and we're really excited to welcome Mr. Stu Reynolds to our community. He's here with us at break. Yep, there he is waving.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Mr. Reynolds. Mr. Reynolds has been teaching jazz instruments at Santa Catalina. He has worked at the Monterey Jazz Festival, Taste of Chicago, San Jose Jazz Festival, Big Sur Jazz Festival. He's worked with some amazing artists. He's been working in the jazz world for many years, and we're just really excited to welcome him to York. Welcome him to working with our students in the jazz program. And if you wanted to say hello, Mr. Reynolds, that would be awesome.
I'm really happy to be here, you guys. I just met the class just last period. There's an awesome bunch of kids, really, really great. So looking forward to it.
Well, we really appreciate you stepping in remote learning in the middle of a semester and navigating all of that with us. It's definitely like, I don't know, that's a lot. So thank you.
It's a crazy time to try to teach music. You know, music doesn't work over the internet very well. So we'll see what we can get done.
Yeah, also that, guys. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The other thing that you should be on your radar, you guys, I feel like I haven't been making any break announcements because I haven't had a musical to tell you to come and see. It's actually been really sad for me. I've been grieving. But we would have opened Oklahoma this past weekend, which would have also been, now knowing life, would have been crazy, but joyous as well. So the one thing that you should put on your radar is that we are going to do another virtual festival. So for those of you who are new to York, we did this amazing virtual festival back in May. It was obviously the first time we've ever done anything like that. And it was such a wonderful experience to kind of see everyone's work in a virtual way. And like we had comments going, and we've had over 500 people view it on YouTube. So like, think about that for a second, that, we've had such a global audience on that. So it's a totally different experience, but really special. So we're gonna do something like that again. So just mark it on your calendars. Let me make sure that I say the right date, but it is going to be on Friday, December 11th in the evening, probably around 6 o'clock, where we'll go live again on YouTube. Of course, you could watch it later at a different time, but it was fun to come together as a community and have our comments and support one another. It's a little crazy and vulnerable to put yourself out there on the internet like that. So that coming together is like an important piece to that. So just put that on your radar. And we appreciate Mr. Reynolds joining us. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Looks like we have 2 announcements. Mr. Colby, you can go ahead.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. This is more of just an unformed thought than a full announcement. But when you said we had no community time announcements, I thought I would share it. And it's a little dated. I was thinking about ghosts over the Halloween season.
Oh, the season.
Yeah, the season. And
The boat.
okay. And about the fact that we all have these little simulations running in our heads all the time. Okay, you want to go get the boat? We have these little simulations running in our head of people we know. Parents, friends, writers, famous people, etc. My mom scoffs in my head whenever I buy pasta sauce instead of making my own. They're like this, they're like the stars out there, kind of always circulating around in your head. You can see them even when you have your eyes closed. And I think it's worth pausing during this season to be thankful for those ghosts. They're kind of this steadying force in turbulent times. They offer reassurance when maybe you need it. They tell you something you're about to do is really a terrible idea, maybe, when it is. So that's one of the things I'm looking forward to be thankful for over Thanksgiving. But we can also harbor negative ghosts too, or perhaps ghosts who have outlasted their usefulness. So I guess if there's a bit of advice in there, it's to choose your ghosts wisely. Choose those forces in your head wisely. There's a great line in an old Western called The Magnificent Seven. This old gunman says, there comes a time to turn mother's picture to the wall. Now I'm not telling you to forsake the advice of your wise parents, far from it, but beware of those forces in your head that have outlasted their usefulness or that have become negative. Because ultimately, no matter who your influences are, who those ghosts are, sort of chirping in your ear, and no matter what your background, there's only one person in charge. There's only one person who decides whose advice you take, and that's you, which is a very positive thing in the end. That's my thought for today. Sorry about the disruption.
All right, thank you, Mr. Colby. Looks like we have Mr. Peters, and that's it for today. So, Mr. Peters.
Greetings. Just want to give you a little update of a pretty spectacular thing that happened on Saturday. Thinking of positive and negative mindsets. We've been doing some cohort training and working out throughout the fall, and we have not been able to have athletic competitions, but we had a fortuitous experience where Michael Julian was able to run with a college athlete that happened to be at the track at a time when Michael wanted to do some kind of a event to check where he was at. And he proceeded to explode and blow up the school record for the fastest 3,200 meters, which is basically the metric 2 mile. And he ran a 9:18 for 3,200 meters, which would put him probably in the top 25 or 30 kids in the state in regards to that time. And so in this time when people are hoping to do great things, and as Mr. Colby talked about positive mindsets, I'm sure that Michael, when he stepped on the track the day to do it, that he didn't think that he was in that kind of condition, but mentally he snapped into another place and heroically ran with this incredible athlete for 8 laps and basically set the school record by about 10 seconds. He's the fastest athlete that's ever set foot, that's run for York of that distance in York's history. So I think if you get a chance to send him a kudos, tell him what a great job. But I think even more than the time that he ran, it was the mindset that he had, the belief in himself, and his willingness to just go for it and to do it. And so I thought that was something the community should be aware of. So please give him a lot of kudos, and kudos to all the cohorts that are out there enjoying themselves and being outdoors and being healthy physically and mentally. So blessings to everybody in this time when we all should be grateful about the ghosts in our lives, but also the people in our lives during this wonderful time moving up towards the holiday season. We have lots to be grateful for. All of our friends and family and our wonderful community. So thank you very much and I think Mr. Brookhauser would like to say something.
Okay, good. Sorry guys, we're in this like really weird limbo time with upgrading our meat system, and hopefully that'll be fully upgraded later this week. I don't know exactly when that's going to happen. We're kind of just waiting on Google to flip that lever for us. But because of that, we're in that weird system. We have another overflow group. Just so you know, while we're in this area, to get to the right place for break, always go to d.yrk.lank. We triggered that overflow room when we ran out of room in this one. And yeah, Francis says everyone has tech problems right now, which means the tech squad will stay in business. I also want to squeeze in a quick announcement. Thank you for those who have already applied to TEDx York School. Go to tedxyorkschool.org to apply. Great experience. Thanks for your message last week, Kevin.
Okay, I think that's it for break. So yeah, I'll see you guys later this week. See you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Una.
Just say bye.